Why did you swallow cum?
Wait,
why did I swallow cum? Okay, which time? I think what you're talking about is on.
I only asked it to see Alex's reaction. Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
Go.
Alex doesn't like to have white boy fun. And
You guys have a lot in common.
you
You
the
both.
definition of white boy fun.
Yes, 100%. But you guys both went to jail in Sweden. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
That's great.
But I want to hear about the cum swallowing.
Yeah,
never done it.
I
Curious.
could go without it.
I mean, it actually it ties directly into how and why I went to jail in Sweden because
I feel like it would happen when you're in jail.
in 2001, it was 2001 when Jackass was brand new on TV. I packed up my car and drove cross country to live in LA. And when I got to LA, Chris Pontius and I had a competition to see who could stay homeless for the longest. He was living out of his car. I was sort of living out of my car. Our objective was to each night find a different loose woman to spend the night with,
Yes.
and just avoid ever getting our own place. I lost the competition in very short order. Because I was a drug addict and really needed a place to hole up and do drugs. But for a time there, we were both staying at this one girl's house. And
Both of you sleeping with her?
no, and she was out of town. We were watching the house for her. We slept with we brought two different chicks to the house. So we're watching this girl's house. She had a boyfriend, and she also had a dog. I think the dog was her boyfriend's dog. So I humped this Danish chick in her bed, right? And I get done, as I used to do with my condom. I took it off, tied it in a knot, and twirled it around, twirled it around, and I threw it on the floor.
Okay.
Thought nothing of it. I went outside to the living room. I'm smoking a cigarette, and I see the dog. This 10-pound Boston Terrier goes just running into the room. And I think, then when I walk into the room, the fucking condom's not on the floor anymore. And I'm thinking, oh no, what's happened? So
I'm gonna vomit.
So I'm like, the worst thing I can possibly imagine is that this dog has picked up the condom and taken it for a victory lap around the apartment and just dropped it somewhere where the boyfriend's gonna find it. And so he's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, what the fuck is there a condom doing in my girlfriend's room, And also a bad possibility was the dog swallowing the condom and it getting wrapped up in its intestines and killing the dog. So I'm freaking out. And for the next few days, I'm just doing drugs, staying awake, and just trying to follow this fucking dog around, Just trying to follow this dog everywhere it goes.
That's why you were doing the drugs. Stay awake.
Exactly.
See where this dog shit. So I can get my comeback. Yeah.
I ended up passing out after a bender, and when I woke up, I found a little pile of dog poo, and it was so beautiful. This one log of dog poo just morphed into the actual condom.
Still intact?
It's totally still intact. And I grabbed my video camera and I grabbed my video camera, I filmed it, and in filming it, I picked up or I pinched the ring of the condom and lifted it up in the air, and it just crackled, and as it became fully hanging, the piece of dog poo was just sticking out sideways, and the whole condom with the load fully intact. It'd be like more than filling up the reservoir tip of the condom.
Yeah.
And it was just the most. I called it the poo rubber, and it was but the thing was that inspired an idea where I thought, okay, well, if a dog can swallow a condom, plus I kind of if you think about it, I sort of sodomized the dog.
You came in the dog.
Yeah, I came in the dog.
Yeah.
In spot. And
Its mouth, actually. In both,
I what do you call it? I made it airtight. And so I thought that I kind of owed it to the dog. If the dog, so I decided that I owed it to the dog, I owed it to myself that I should swallow a condom myself. So
To make it even.
right.
Yeah.
And if a dog can do it, then I can do it.
Yeah.
And so my first inspiration for this idea when I was
You have
on
an
tour.
odd definition of payback. Like if I loan you $20, you just pay me $20. You know what I mean? You don't need to suck someone's dick.
So I go over to Europe and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a bit called the International Drug Smuggler. I'm going to put a bunch of weed into a condom, tie it in a knot. I'm going to swallow it in one country, fly to the next country and shit it out, open it up and smoke it.
You're good.
That's where I got in trouble in Sweden because I had swallowed this condom in Norway. I bragged to the press about how like I thought I might die of intestinal strangulation because it's been over 6 days and it's still not coming out. Maybe it's blocking up my intestines.
Yeah.
Who knows? The cops read about it in the newspaper and they arrested me after I shit it out and smoked it all. But still, I spent 5 days in jail in Sweden, and I made that a bit in my last multimedia comedy special. But each bit in my last multimedia comedy special that was like an old story, I wanted to pay off with a new stunt. So I did another condom stunt. I asked my buddy Chris Pontius to come over to my house while my dad was there and go into the bathroom, put a condom on and jack off into it, blow a good, healthy load, and then come out and hand it to me in front of my dad. So I could say, Dad, like, that's real cum, in this condom tied in a knot.
Yeah.
And then I swallowed that.
Was he finally proud of you?
He's proud of.
Was that the inspiration for Crystal Pepsi?
I definitely swallowed a hot load. It was
Still
warm?
He blew it and handed it to me. He literally handed it to me within a minute of blowing that load.
Do you think any got on the outside?
God.
Like he didn't get the.
That's what you're worried about is the outside?
Well, yeah.
I don't think anything.
I don't mind the inside part, but I think a little bit might have dripped on the outside.
You don't mind the
What's
inside?
going on?
Mind the inside
It's
part?
covered by the dog. It went through the dog. It's going to go through you.
No,
It's not
it's
gonna
not
open
covered by. This is a different condom that
Different
his boy,
condom.
His boy came in.
Yeah.
But it's inside the condom. None of the cum is actually touching you.
Condom, you can swallow that shit.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not Steve.
I think that I don't think any condom was past the knot. So no, I don't think anything
Any
was on the
semen was
outside.
past
He
the knot.
don't even know.
I don't think because you're nutting in it, right? And then you're taking it off, and a little bit is left at the tip.
Maybe.
And there might have been. Yeah, I think you have.
But maybe
think you have.
maybe I directly ingested my bro's cum. I love Chris Pontius. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why'd
but
you
now,
pick
now
him?
you want to get really ready to barf.
I don't know if I do, man.
Yeah, I do.
Here,
I like
here we
it.
go.
He's
Let's go. Keep going.
I really get ready to barf. The thing is that I'm now a much healthier guy. I take better care of myself. Back in 2003 in Sweden, it took more than 6.5 days. But this time, when I swallowed Chris Pontius's hot load, it came out in 12 hours or something. Less than 24 hours, I shit out this condom full of cum.
Yeah.
And I went running upstairs. My dad was still staying at my house. Dad, check it out. It already came out. And so I had it, and I saved it. Then when I actually taped the special, I invited my dad out onto the stage with Chris Pontius.
Fucking goodness.
I unpacked this actually shit-covered, cum-filled condom, which I had shit out, and it's all brown and fucking. And I said, Dad, I'm swallowing it again.
How many months apart?
Yes.
It was. I swallowed it
insane.
again.
With the shit all over.
I mean, yeah, it's tough to shit something out and not have any shit on it. And I want to give credit for that idea to
This is good.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh, really?
I brought
Fucking
him
It's Tony, man.
Fuck you, Tony. Fuck you, dog.
I had a draft of the show because I was cutting it all together with the multimedia, and I had a draft. I was getting ready to tape the special, and I brought Tony Hinchcliffe over when I screened it for him to get notes and feedback and stuff. And Tony saw me swallow the condom in front of my dad, and I think I said I'd still have it. He goes, "Dude, swallow it again on stage with the special." I was like, I think that might be too much.
No.
No.
That might be too much, but I'm in.